Repeat these 3 secret words tonight and unlock money, love, and protection instantly, ladies and gentlemen. Listen to me closely. Tonight is not an ordinary night. Tonight is a threshold. Because there are moments in life when one sentence, one decision, one utterance changes everything. And most people miss those moments not because they are unlucky, but because they don't understand the power of words. You see, words are not just sounds. Words are keys. Words are agreements. Words are commands to reality itself. From the beginning of time, creation responded to voice, not effort, not struggle, not anxiety. Voice. And tonight I'm going to show you how to use yours. But first understand this, money is not attracted to need. Love is not attracted to desperation. Protection is not activated by fear. They are activated by alignment. And alignment begins when your inner world agrees with a higher truth. That's why affirmation without belief feels empty. That's why effort without consciousness feels exhausting. That's why people work harder and receive less. They are speaking the wrong language. Now lean in. Because these are not magic words, they are permission words. They give reality the signal it's been waiting for. The first word is I am. When you say I am, you are not describing yourself. You are defining your identity. Whatever follows I am rushes toward you. Say I am struggling and struggle recognizes its home. Say I am unlucky and opportunity passes you by. But tonight you speak with authority. The second word is open. Because nothing stays locked forever, it stays locked until it's addressed. Money flows when channels open. Love enters when hearts open. Protection surrounds when awareness opens. You are unopened, and the third word, this is the word that seals it. The word that ends resistance. The word that tells life I am ready. The third word is now, not someday. Not when I feel confident. Now. It responds to presence. So tonight before you sleep when the world is quiet and your mind is receptive, you will say slowly, deliberately, with feeling, I am open now. Not once, not hurried, but 3 times. And as you say it, don't beg, don't force, allow. Feel the weight lift, feel the space clear. Feel the invitation go out. You are not chasing money, it's responding. You are not hunting love, it's recognizing you. You are not asking for protection, you are activating it. Because when your words align with truth, life has no choice but to rearrange itself. Remember this, you don't get what you want. You get what you authorize. So tonight, authorize love, authorize peace. Now. And let the unseen move. Words are not sounds, they are commands. The speech emphasizes that spoken words shape reality. What you repeatedly say becomes an instruction to life itself. Words are not just sounds that disappear into the air, they are forces that move through it. Every word spoken carries direction, intention, and energy, whether the speaker is aware of it or not. From the earliest moments of human history, words have been used to name, to claim, to bless, and to curse. This is not symbolism alone, it is a reflection of how deeply language is tied to human consciousness. When you speak, you are not merely describing reality, you are participating in its formation. The mouth becomes a doorway through which inner beliefs step into the outer world. Most people underestimate this power because words feel ordinary. They are spoken casually, repeated without thought, tossed around in moments of frustration or fear. Yet repetition is precisely what gives words their strength. A word spoken once may pass unnoticed, but a word spoken daily becomes a pattern, and patterns become instructions. When someone repeatedly says they are tired, unlucky, broke, or forgotten, those words slowly train the mind to accept those conditions as truth. The subconscious does not argue, it obeys. It takes language literally and builds behavior, expectations, and perceptions around it. In this way, words become silent commands issued to the self. But the influence of words does not stop at the inner world. Human beings relate to reality through meaning, and meaning is created with language. The way you speak shapes what you notice, what you pursue, and what you allow. 2 people can experience the same situation, yet the one who frames it with empowering words finds opportunity, while the one who frames it with limiting words finds defeat. The difference is not circumstance, it is narration. Reality responds differently depending on how it is addressed. There is also a deeper layer to spoken words, emotion. Words spoken with feeling carry more force than words spoken mechanically. This is why affirmations fail when they are recited without belief, and why a single sentence spoken with conviction can change the course of a life. Emotion charges language. It tells the mind this matters. When emotion and words align, the message sinks deeper and moves faster. This is why moments of anger, fear, or passion are especially powerful. Words spoken then often imprint strongly, for better or worse. Understanding this reveals a quiet responsibility. If words are commands, then careless speech is careless instruction. Complaining becomes a rehearsal for dissatisfaction. Self-criticism becomes a blueprint for limitation. Even jokes, when repeated often enough, begin to shape identity. Saying "that's just how I am" after a negative statement locks the door on change. Over time, the speaker forgets that the statement was ever a choice. Yet this same mechanism is also the doorway to transformation. If words can limit, they can liberate. If they can shrink possibility, they can expand it. Conscious speech is not about pretending or denying reality, it is about choosing which reality you feed. When you deliberately speak words that reflect strength, openness, and readiness, you begin issuing new instructions. The mind starts searching for evidence to support them. Behavior adjusts. Confidence subtly shifts. Opportunities that once went unnoticed come into view. This is why intentional language feels uncomfortable at first. It challenges old agreements. It interrupts familiar stories. The mind resists because it has been trained by years of repetition. But persistence changes authority. When a new word is spoken often enough, it replaces the old command. Identity begins to loosen, then reshape. What once felt false begins to feel possible, and what felt possible begins to feel normal. Words do not need to be loud to be powerful. They need to be deliberate. Spoken slowly, clearly, and with awareness, they carry weight. Silence between words can matter as much as the words themselves. In that pause, belief has time to catch up. Intention settles in. The speaker becomes present, and presence amplifies impact. To speak consciously is to recognize that every sentence is a vote for the future you are stepping into. You are always affirming something whether you intend to or not. The only real choice is whether you will do it unconsciously, repeating inherited limitations, or consciously authorizing a different outcome. When you understand that words are commands, you stop speaking against yourself. You begin to speak as someone who expects response because at the deepest level, reality has always been listening. Money, love, and protection respond to alignment, not desperation. Struggle, fear, and need repel what you want. Alignment of belief, identity, and intention attracts it. Money, love, and protection are not things that respond to need, desperation, or fear. Most people go through life chasing what they want with worry in their hearts, thinking that effort alone will bring results. They think that the harder they work, the faster money will come, the stronger their relationships will be, or the safer they will feel. But this is a misunderstanding of how life and energy actually work. When you act from a place of lack, the universe, life, or reality itself reads your signal and it responds accordingly. Energy moves toward alignment, not anxiety. It flows toward those who are ready to receive, not toward those who are trying to force it. Desperation acts like a wall. It blocks the very thing you are trying to attract. The more you worry about money, the more scarcity feels real. The more you cling to love, the more it resists. The more you fear danger, the more it feels present. This is why most people feel stuck even when they are working tirelessly, giving everything they have, and yet nothing seems to improve. They are not aligned, and alignment is the key that opens the door. Alignment begins within before it manifests outside. You cannot expect the world to give you abundance, love, or protection if your inner world is chaotic, doubtful, or fearful. The energy inside you must match the energy you want to attract. If your mind is scattered, your words inconsistent, and your emotions unstable, then the signals you send out are mixed. Life does not respond to confusion. Life responds to clarity. When you are clear about who you are, what you want, and when you are ready to receive it, the universe recognizes your readiness and begins to deliver. Alignment is not just positive thinking, it is a deep, intentional state where your beliefs, emotions, and actions all point in the same direction. It is the harmony between what you say, what you feel, and what you do. When this harmony exists, you do not need to force or chase. Abundance, love, and protection naturally gravitate toward you. Fear and anxiety are not just emotional states, they are blocks. They create energy patterns that repel rather than attract. Money cannot flow where doubt dominates. Love cannot grow where insecurity rules. Protection cannot activate where vulnerability is unchecked. The more people try to push against these conditions, the stronger the resistance becomes. The key is not to fight fear or lack, but to consciously replace them with alignment. This is done by shaping your beliefs, speaking deliberately, and feeling into the reality you desire. When you cultivate inner certainty, the outer world begins to shift. Money moves towards certainty because it follows energy that is stable and inviting. Love moves toward confidence because it recognizes receptivity. Protection moves toward presence because it respects preparation and awareness. Another important aspect of alignment is timing. Money, love, and protection will not come before you are ready, because the universe does not reward confusion. Trying to accelerate the process through fear, begging, or anxious effort only creates misalignment. Patience, presence, and deliberate intention are required. Being aligned does not mean waiting passively, it means acting in ways that are consistent with the energy you want to attract. It means making decisions that reflect abundance, thinking thoughts that reflect confidence, and speaking words that reflect trust. Each action, each thought, each word must be in harmony with the desired outcome. When alignment exists, the world does not resist, it cooperates. Finally, alignment requires self-awareness and conscious choice. Most people go through life reacting to circumstances instead of directing them. They are controlled by habits, opinions, and fears, often unaware of the energy they emit. True alignment begins when you recognize that your inner state is the source of attraction. When you take responsibility for your energy, your words, and your focus, you step into a state of power. You no longer chase or plead, you invite and receive. Money, love, and protection are no longer distant hopes, they are natural responses to the energy you radiate. Alignment transforms life from struggle to flow. It makes the impossible possible and allows abundance, connection, and security to arrive effortlessly. Those who understand this principle live differently, attract without strain, love without fear, and experience safety without seeking it. Alignment is the secret bridge between desire and manifestation, and it is accessible to anyone willing to bring their inner world into harmony with their highest intentions. I am defines identity and sets outcomes in motion. Whatever follows I am becomes your lived experience, because identity precedes results. The words I am are more than just two simple syllables. They are the doorway to identity, the declaration that shapes reality itself. Every human being carries a narrative about who they are, often unspoken, often unconsciously repeated in thoughts and in speech. This narrative forms the foundation of every experience, guiding decisions, shaping perceptions, and influencing outcomes. The phrase I am is not merely a grammatical construction. It is a powerful tool that signals the universe, the subconscious mind, and even your own spirit about the state of your being. Whatever follows I am becomes a blueprint for your life, a seed planted in the fertile soil of consciousness. If you say I am tired, you reinforce fatigue. If you say I am unlucky, you invite missed opportunities. But when you declare I am abundant, I am loved, or I am protected, you send a clear, undeniable signal that directs energy to flow in your favor. Most people fail to recognize the potency of these words because they underestimate the connection between identity and reality. Identity is not a reflection of circumstances, it is the lens through which circumstances are interpreted and manifested. A person who repeatedly says, I am broke or I am not good enough is not simply making an observation, they are reinforcing a structure in which scarcity and limitation naturally occur. Every action, every choice, and every interaction is filtered through this identity. Life responds to the state of being more than to the list of desires. This is why some people struggle endlessly despite their efforts, while others seem to attract success and love effortlessly. It is not luck, it is identity in action. Declaring I am with intention is a conscious act of creation. It is the moment when thought, emotion, and language converge to shape possibility. When you say I am open, for example, you are not merely stating openness, you are authorizing opportunity to enter. The mind begins to recognize and create circumstances that align with this declaration. Doors that were once invisible become visible. People, ideas, and situations that match your declaration begin to appear. This is not coincidence, it is a natural law. By consciously directing your I am statements, you align your internal state with the outcomes you desire. You stop reacting to life and start directing it. You are no longer at the mercy of circumstance, you are an active participant in creation. Emotion is the amplifier of the I am statement. Words alone carry intent, but when combined with feeling, they become unstoppable forces. When you say I am confident with conviction, your body, mind, and spirit reinforce the truth of that statement. Energy moves toward belief, and belief becomes experience. Conversely, if the words are spoken without feeling, without connection, they remain empty shells. The power of I am comes from the alignment of speech, belief, and emotion. It is not about pretending or forcing a false identity, it is about choosing a statement that resonates with the version of yourself you are willing to embody, and then allowing it to take root through repetition, attention, and feeling. The repeated use of I am also serves to retrain the subconscious mind. Most people are unconsciously programmed by years of limiting statements, doubts, and fears. These programs dictate how they perceive reality, often without awareness. By deliberately speaking empowering I am statements, you begin to overwrite old patterns. Each repetition strengthens the neural pathways associated with the desired identity, gradually transforming thought habits, reactions, and behaviors. Over time, what once felt aspirational becomes natural. What once seemed impossible becomes routine. I am becomes a command, not just a statement, and the life you experience begins to reflect the identity you consistently declare. Furthermore, I am statements create alignment between intention and action. Once identity is declared internally, decisions and behaviors naturally adjust to support that identity. A person who consistently says I am abundant will begin making choices that reflect abundance. They will recognize opportunities for growth, make investments, seek knowledge, and take inspired action. Similarly, someone who declares I am protected will act from a place of confidence rather than fear, naturally creating circumstances that enhance safety and security. Words become the foundation upon which action, opportunity, and experience are built. The simplicity of I am is its genius. It is brief, direct, and universally applicable. Yet its impact is profound because it communicates certainty to the subconscious, to energy, and to reality itself. The key is awareness, repetition, and emotional engagement. When used consciously, I am transforms identity, which transforms perception, which transforms experience. It is the gateway to living a life that is not dictated by past patterns, external circumstances, or fear, but by deliberate conscious creation. Every time you speak I am, you are choosing who you are in this moment, and by extension, the life you will experience next. Repeating it with intention is not merely affirming, it is commanding existence to reflect your chosen reality, unlocking possibilities that were previously unseen, unavailable, or unrecognized. Open removes resistance and creates flow. Abundance, love, and protection already exist. They arrive when internal and external channels are opened. The word open is not just a simple instruction, it is a signal, a declaration that removes resistance and allows the natural flow of life to enter. Many people live with invisible barriers, walls built from fear, doubt, and old patterns that prevent abundance, love, and protection from reaching them. These walls are not physical, they exist in the mind, in the heart, and in the energy we carry. When someone says they are blocked, unlucky, or unworthy, it is because these internal barriers are closed, keeping opportunity out. Open is the acknowledgement that these barriers no longer serve you and that you are ready to receive. Saying this word with intention is a deliberate act of releasing control and allowing the universe, or reality itself, to respond to your readiness. It signals receptivity and aligns your inner state with the energy you want to attract. Many people misunderstand openness because they associate it with vulnerability or weakness. They think to open is to risk exposure, to be manipulated, or to surrender. But true openness is not blind. It is conscious and deliberate. It is the recognition that resistance has kept blessings at a distance and that life responds to readiness. When you open, you are not losing control, you are gaining access. You are inviting opportunity, love, and protection to enter your life without forcing it or chasing it. This is why people who practice openness consistently find that doors they never expected begin to appear. They do not struggle to push opportunities. Opportunities recognize the open space within and move in naturally. The power of open also lies in its ability to neutralize fear and hesitation. Most resistance comes from subconscious programming, past disappointments, or societal conditioning. People are trained to be cautious, to doubt, and to anticipate lack. This conditioning builds walls that prevent abundance from flowing. By consciously declaring openness, you are overriding these automatic patterns. You are telling your mind, your heart, and your energy field that the time of scarcity, fear, and hesitation is over. You are replacing resistance with receptivity. This simple word, when repeated with intention, has the power to rewire thinking and to signal to the universe that you are ready to participate fully in the flow of life. Another critical aspect of openness is its effect on alignment. Life, energy, and abundance do not respond to partial readiness or mixed signals. They respond to clarity and coherence. When you say open, you are creating internal alignment between your desire, your belief, and your energy. You are telling your subconscious mind, I am ready, I am deserving, I am aligned. This alignment removes friction between thought and action, between intention and experience. When the internal world is open, the external world follows naturally. Opportunities for wealth, relationships, and safety begin to appear because there is no longer internal resistance blocking their arrival. You are no longer subconsciously pushing against what you want. Openness is also a practice that grows stronger with repetition and presence. It is not a single declaration but a continuous state of mind. The more consistently you affirm your openness, the more you create a magnetic field that draws abundance, love, and protection to you. It becomes a natural habit, an energy that others notice, and a signal to life that you are prepared to receive. It is not about wishful thinking or blind hope, it is about cultivating readiness and awareness. The world always responds to energy, and openness generates energy that is receptive, inviting, and harmonious. Furthermore, openness is a bridge between intention and manifestation. Without it, effort alone is often wasted. People can work hard, pray, plan, and dream, yet remain frustrated because the channels remain closed. Openness ensures that when effort is applied, it is not blocked by invisible barriers. It makes action more effective, communication more fruitful, and experiences more enriching. Protection, too, arrives when openness is paired with awareness. Being open does not mean careless exposure, it means consciously allowing life to move in while remaining alert, discerning, and grounded. It creates balance, flow without chaos, reception without vulnerability. In the end, the word open is a tool of transformation. It tells your inner world to release fear, resistance, and old limitations. It signals to reality that you are ready to receive abundance, love, and protection without conditions or hesitation. Saying it is an act of courage, faith, and clarity. The more intentionally you embrace openness, the more effortlessly life aligns with your desires. You are not chasing, forcing, or pleading. You are simply creating a space where the universe, energy, and opportunities can flow freely to you. In that openness, everything you have been seeking, wealth, love, and Safita, has the freedom to arrive. It is not a promise, it is a natural law. When you open, life responds. Now activates power through presence. Transformation happens in the present moment, not in delay. Declaring now signals readiness and authority. The word now carries a force unlike any other because it is the declaration of presence and immediacy. Most people live in delay, waiting for the right time, the perfect circumstances, or a sign from the universe before they feel ready to act. They say, "I will start tomorrow, I will believe when I see it, or I will change after I am prepared." In doing so, they create a space of postponement where opportunity, abundance, love, and protection linger just out of reach. The present moment is always the point of power. Now is the word that cuts through hesitation, fear, and procrastination. It transforms waiting into action, intention into reality, and desire into manifestation. By declaring now, you signal to your mind, your heart, and the universe that you are ready to receive and act in the present moment, not later, not someday, but immediately. When you speak now with intention, it creates a profound shift in energy. Life and opportunity respond to readiness, and readiness exists only in the present. Waiting for the perfect alignment is an illusion because the perfect alignment is created by your own focus and awareness. Every delay reinforces old patterns, old fears, and old limitations, but now breaks the pattern. It is a command to yourself and to the universe, telling reality that the conditions you seek do not need to precede your action. They are already accessible. When you choose now, you bypass hesitation and resistance, allowing energy, abundance, and protection to move without obstruction. It is the signal that you are fully present, fully engaged, and fully prepared to receive what is already available to you. The word now also carries psychological weight because it forces presence. Most failures and frustrations occur not because the goal is impossible, but because the mind is elsewhere. People think about past mistakes, future worries, or imagined obstacles, and in doing so, they miss the opportunity that exists in the present. By declaring now, you root yourself in the moment, anchoring your attention to what is possible at this precise instant. Presence is magnetic. It aligns thoughts, emotions, and actions. When you are fully present, your decisions are sharper, your intuition is clearer, and your energy becomes synchronized with the opportunities around you. The word now is a doorway to that alignment, ensuring that what you desire is not delayed by indecision or distraction. Another powerful aspect of now is its ability to dissolve fear. Fear is always a projection into the future, worrying about what might happen, what could fail, or what might be lost. These fears hold people back from taking steps toward abundance, love, or safety. Now neutralizes this projection because it demands engagement in the present moment where fear has no substance. In the now, action replaces anxiety, presence replaces worry, and courage replaces hesitation. The more consistently you use now as a guiding principle, the less influence fear has over your choices. By embracing immediacy, you reclaim authority over your life and create momentum that propels you toward the outcomes you desire. The concept of now is also deeply connected to empowerment. When you say now, you are taking full responsibility for your energy, your actions, and your intentions. You are no longer waiting for external circumstances to dictate your experience. You are claiming your own power to activate abundance, invite love, and establish protection. This sense of empowerment amplifies everything else: the clarity of your intentions, the strength of your emotions, and the consistency of your actions. Life begins to respond to this empowered energy because it recognizes readiness, confidence, and decisiveness. The word now does not create desperation, it creates authority. It tells reality that you are prepared and aligned to receive without delay. Repetition strengthens the effect of now. By consistently declaring it in thought, speech, or meditation, you train your subconscious mind to respond to immediacy rather than delay. Habits of procrastination, hesitation, and postponement begin to dissolve. Each repetition reinforces the sense of urgency that is rooted in presence rather than anxiety. Over time, saying now becomes more than a word, it becomes a state of being. You naturally act without delay, recognize opportunities instantly, and respond to life with fluidity and clarity. The word becomes a magnet for manifestation because it carries the energy of immediacy, focus, and readiness. Ultimately, now is the final piece that completes the sequence of manifestation. After aligning your words with I am and opening your energy with open, now activates the power of presence and immediate readiness. It transforms potential into action, thought into reality, and desire into experience. By speaking and embodying now, you stop waiting, stop resisting, and stop delaying the blessings that are available to you. Money, love, and protection are not distant, they are here, in the present moment, ready to respond to your declaration. When you say now with intention, you are no longer a passive observer of life. You are the active creator, fully present, fully open, and fully aligned to receive the abundance, connection, and safety that are your natural right.